Now I found this interesting hole right here. Looks like we have a bullet hole. This is a follow-up video to the previous video we did on the Super B, which may have been the first 446 pack off the assembly line. It's a 4-speed car, A34 Super Track pack with a production date of August 2nd, 1969. We're going to look into the broadcast sheet, which was salvaged out of the back seat, VIN numbers on the core support and trunk, document the numbers matching in engine and transmission, and talk about the car's checkered past. I believe what happened at one point in time when this car was sitting in the desert in Nevada, I think maybe it was abandoned or something, and somebody ripped off the Ram Charger hood with scoops, etc. because these scoops look like they're painted Hemi orange, like they're off a different car, and they tried to put this car back together with those scoops. Of course, the 6-pack is long gone. Last owner told me he bought this setup at the swap meet. So we're roaming around, checking out the transmission, the floorboard, and all that stuff. Now I found this interesting hole right here, randomly on the passenger floorboard. Looks like we have a bullet hole here. Wow. That's the passenger floorboard. You can see the transmission here and the passenger header there. K-member and all that stuff. This car's got some history, man. Okay, I found it. No hole in the carpet. Who would take a gun and shoot it straight down right there? Okay, we're about to find out if it's numbers matching. Let's find out. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the VIN stamp on the engine block. Okay, we can see it right here. Numbers matching. We're going to take a look at the casting date on the block. As you can see right there, 5/20/69. The casting number, it was built about 10 or 11 at night. So the engine was built about 2.5 months before the build date of the car. This engine's been out before. It's got the brass freeze plugs in it. Take a look at the 6-pack flywheel. I believe it's steel. I don't think it looks like it's cast. Looks real heavy duty. The skid plate on the K-member. .418 number on the tranny. Let's get a measurement on this bullet hole. Got the calipers. .542, 43. I think meant some business. Thankfully it missed the tranny and the torsion bar. Let's do a little forensics here. That's what the car's looking like right now. We're working on it. Here's the bullet hole. Must have been a long night. Still has the green plug on the Dana. This tag right here says 41-10. That's the number of teeth on each gear. And then 410 ratio right there. And then this tag says use limited slip gear oil only. Taking another look under the hood, trying to check out the numbers. So the block is a F440, but there's no HP stamp. WT water tested. I think that's pretty rare. Maybe that supersedes the HP stamp. And the other thing is, I think this 6-pack must have been removed. You could probably time it by the intake manifold, the Edelbrock TM7. That thing hasn't been made since who knows when, probably the 70s. I think the Torque replaced that one. Let's look at some of the linkages on the transmission and the floor tunnel, etc. Alright, so 70 only, I believe, has the reverse lockout. The reverse lockout rod is off. I just put the tranny in reverse inside. Well, the linkage is kind of hanging there. But I believe the way the key interlock works is if your key is off, you can't start the car unless it's in reverse. Somehow this controls it. Okay, so we're looking at the build sheet that came out of the Super B. You saw this under the back seat in the last video. Well, it turned out it's the wrong one. Okay, so the sequence number right there is 104016. So if that car still exists, here's your build sheet. But apparently that was pretty common with Chrysler to do that at the factory. They weren't required to put a build sheet in the car. And I think it was just easier to put it behind the back seat than to go throw it away in a trash can. So there was probably several cars in the station, and this one got mixed up from another car. This shot's going to show the location of the VIN number on the core support right there. Okay, so I'm going to do the best I can to get the trunk VIN. It should be underneath this seal right here, and I don't want to peel the trunk seal up at this point in time. It's on there really solid. I believe it's never been off. So I got my flashlight right here and my spot mirror. So let's go along this ridge. Okay, see something right there in the reflection on the mirror. Yeah, let's put the camera right on it. Let's see. Cool, we dug a couple receipts out of the car. Las Vegas muffler, Checker Auto Parts. Guy named Mike. Dated 1997. Take a look in the trunk. It's pretty good shape. It's the only real hole right here. I think it could just be patched without replacing the whole thing. Got that fuel line up there. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments down below. Check it out, this big ass screwdriver drops in the hole no problem.